Hey everybody, there's a lot going on. It's Friday. It's Friday, October 7th. I'm going to make this a really fast video. There's a lot of other things on the plate today, but I'm going to also gloss over many different topics, some of them sports and some of them stocks. So we're going to talk about football. There's just the results from last night very briefly. And then we're going to talk about hockey, which is preseason hockey going on today. Then after that, we're going to talk about baseball, which is happening right now, including a game that just happened. And then we're going to finish off talking about the stock market because I'm going to put the stock market update because it's pretty obvious what to say about today's stock market, which is down. And we'll talk about that later. So we're talking under 10-minute video. Got a lot to do, but we're going to go fast and we're just going to gloss over the highlights. And we're going to help answer a question that Katrina often asks me. Sometimes she'll be like texting me or send me something. She'll say, hey, Kate, what do I bet? What do I bet today? Right. Like, and I'm supposed to give an answer. Right. And I understand why everyone asks that question. You can't just give me a simple, what do I bet today? Right. What does the algorithm say to bet? You spend all this time doing the algorithms. Can you just tell me what to bet? And when it came to the football game on Thursday night, the answer to that question was bet the under. Even Katrina did that. She sent me messages like, oh, I bet the under alternate under 29 or something, but I only put like $3 on it. Do you know that taking an alternate under of under 30 and a half points or something in this game paid like 10 to 1 or more? Did you know that? Because, or like at least 8 to 1. So the fact that the algorithm predicted so few points and they only put up 21 points, you could take it minus 22 and probably made 20 to 1 on your money or something insane, which is kind of crazy. But just the regular under at almost even money, under 42. It moved down to 41 and a half right before the game started. So I think everyone got wind of the algorithm by that point because it did a quick little video. It also said alternate score, the Colts win, and the Colts do accidentally win this game. Russell Wilson finds a way to lose this. I was watching just laughing because I had under and the score of this game was nothing. I'm trying to figure out, like, is there any way these teams can put up more than even 30 points? I'm like, I don't think it's even possible the way they're going. And they just traded field goals. I mean, was there a touchdown in this game? Like, was there like one touchdown probably for Indianapolis or something? I don't even know. It was unbelievably bad. I don't think there were any touchdowns. Those are divisible by 3. So the under was the play, and there was a money to be made on straight bets. And so coming into the future, whenever you see drastic disparities like this, and we kind of think the algorithm is doing the right stuff, then you bet along those lines, and an alternate under got you paid in that game. I'll be doing a review and updating this file tomorrow on Saturday and doing a video for subscribers who purchase a copy of this file and purchase subscriptions to this NFL algorithm. They will get that. That video will be unlisted until Sunday when it will be released after the game start to the rest of YouTube and the rest of the community. So if you want a copy early, go and purchase on kenbraverman.com. So that is football. Now let's go to hockey. Hockey has an okay day yesterday. I won money betting on hockey yesterday. And I feel like it's kind of a fluke a little bit because what happens is the algorithm is predicting a ton of goals. It's saying that the over hits in every single game. And the over hit in 4 out of these 6 games. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the under 6.5 here was an alternate under 6.5. I actually took the under in this game because I thought the goaltending would be better, and sure enough, it was. And Florida. It also went 4-2 win-loss. St. Louis, for some reason, was a huge underdog. I wonder if they weren't playing guys or something. There's some information about rosters that we're not getting in here yet because it's preseason. But it has a good day, and I won money yesterday betting on hockey. So once again, preseason hockey turns out to be a gold mine this year. Now let's talk about today. Is it doing that thing, making every game go over? And the answer is it is. But one thing I can notice about when it does these weird disparities, it did this with Calgary the other day and said they were going to win 6-2, and they lost like 5-0 to Winnipeg. So I mean, I don't quite understand what's going on here still, but for some reason, especially games with weak goaltenders, like this Toronto-Detroit game says over. You don't have Ville Husso in that. I just saw Detroit play the Capitals. Ville Husso is fantastic goaltender. Nedkovic, not so much. So you see more goals in this game. Probably here with Gruber. Gruber used to be a Cap as well. And this game, Arizona-Vancouver has goals because you got Vamilka, who I've also seen in person, who I thought was a good goaltender, but just Arizona just gets pummeled too much. So it's still preseason. Have some fun. Is there anything to bet? Like Katrina, she's like, what do you bet? You bet the over in the Toronto-Detroit game because of the bad goaltending. and you consider doing the same thing in Arizona, Vancouver. Sorry, that's the best I can give you for preseason hockey. It's preseason hockey. How about baseball? I just updated lineups for baseball, and it flipped around this game from last night, which would have been nice to know before the game happened, and because Tampa Bay lost. There were very, very low variance games or low margin games, meaning all these three at the bottom, with the exception of the Toronto game, are all toss-ups. Toronto game is a little closer to an MXP factor of 20. It still doesn't have an MXP factor of 20 like we want, but at least says Manoah is so strong that he probably beats Seattle, a team that made the playoffs in the first time in like 20 some years. So it still just says Toronto. So in that sense, Katrina, you bet Toronto to win, right? That's what you do there. And everything else here is just toss-up stuff. And you could try taking the unders. There's a lot of unders going on because they're trying to put their best pitchers front forward, but a lot of unders are already set pretty low anyway. So kind of tough day for baseball. Playoffs are like that. I understand why the Wolfman doesn't want to bet too much baseball. So we just talked about three. In summary, the things to bet are: listen to me about NFL this weekend. So there's nothing NFL related. Hockey, we said over in the Toronto Detroit game and over Arizona Vancouver. And baseball, we said Toronto to win. There's only three things today. So you put those three things on a round robin. Hopefully you hit them. All right. Now let's go to stocks. If you're going to gamble on the stock market, everything down today. So my Tesla options and the $500 that I'm not going to use the word invested. The $500 that I deposited into my brokerage account that I gambled with this week was lost. And I think there's like nothing left or $1 left or something crazy. So we're going to reload again next week and we're going to try it again. Now, overall, I talked about this a little bit in the video yesterday. Overall, I said, did anybody have a good day, by the way? Jeez. Madison Square Garden has a good day. DraftKings has a good day. That won't last. Nobody has a good day. I mean, complete, utter out of the market. There's a lot of concern for multiple reasons. How long that's going to last is an interesting question. But let's talk about then. I said to short some companies because that's the only thing I talked about yesterday when the market does this. So the one that I said to focus on was Facebook because I hate them. That's right, I do. Full faith and disclosure, I can't stand that company. So Facebook is at 133. They dropped today by, let's see here. They dropped today by $6. So that's $600 in intrinsic option value. Meaning if you owned an option in Facebook and it had a strike price above 140 or whatever, then you made about, or it's still changing, you made about $550 in intrinsic option value today. So do they have more to go down? That's why there's some value here. But the market as a whole is seeming to be apprehensive for a lot of different reasons. And as you get into the winter, I feel like the economy sort of slows in certain areas. Now, I say yes, just don't know when. So I'm probably gonna see what happens on Monday because it's too late today to do anything, running around doing other stuff. But Monday, when you start this up again, I'm going to be purchasing long call options on Tesla because they are unbelievably, they went down again today. So that's the thing is, I lose all my option value, but man, are we going to start from an interesting point next week? Because when you wake up Monday morning, I don't care if the rest of the market goes down. And you can't avoid that. You can't constantly bet against every single company. My advice is you bet on companies that you like and that you want to see succeed for the right reasons. And you bet against companies that you don't like and you don't think will succeed for a lot of different reasons. You buy puts on those companies. So we're going to do both of those things on Monday. And we're going to throw another $500 at it. And we'll split it up between the two. We'll do 250 on Tesla going up and we'll do 250 on Facebook going down. And I'll split that up into multiple options and I'll show you how that's done. And we'll track those because right now I'm down 2 weeks in a row messing around like this, recording it on YouTube. So we're essentially 0-2 swinging the bat. There's 3 strikes for a strikeout. So we'll see if we strike out next week. At least we're going to diversify ourselves a little bit. And if the market goes down drastically, Facebook will probably get swept up with it, although Tesla probably will too, unfortunately. But purchasing different options throughout the week can hopefully get us to ride some of the peaks and troughs and show you how you can profit on options short term when you do that. Because wow, I mean, down 6%, like just suffering from overall market weakness is what you're seeing. And so then when that happens, which is a very predictable thing, that there will always be days with showing excess market weakness where people take money out of the market very fast. When that happens, who are you going to own? Who are you going to own as shorting? And I would say these companies. Schrodinger down 3.5%. DraftKings up, but that's because they are already so low and there's not a lot of value in shorting them anymore. But they will drop to like below 14, and eventually, like I see them a year or two from now hanging out around like 10 or even lower, because they have to show a profit, and I don't see how they're going to do it in this market that's already saturated. I mean, FanDuel is everywhere. FanDuel is better. FanDuel's like Betfair Interactive or something. They're just better and offer everything. And I ditched DraftKings and I don't use it anymore because they froze my account in the middle of week 1 of the football season last year. Right as I was about to make all my bets and had done work on the algo, they just froze it and they wouldn't get back to me and opened it up. They asked me to like send my driver's license and stuff. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, I was like, are you serious? Like, I've been using this account for years. Like, you have all my information. I was like, why are you freezing my account? They're like, we think you're multi-accounting or something. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, prove this. Like, what are you talking about? So they didn't let me wager the first week. I would have won. And I got so pissed. I told them, see ya. And I refuse to log in or use their service ever. People ask me to design programs with DraftKings interfaces. I'm like, sorry, I won't do it anymore. Like, I don't log in there anymore. So that's the way that company's run. And if FanDuel pulled that crap on me and didn't deal with it appropriately, I would I'd ditch them too. But I don't think they're like that. FanDuel freaking they're good. FanDuel processes your cash outs fast. FanDuel offers every combination you can imagine, and FanDuel's trying to get into every single state, and they're doing it right. I mean, there's no comparison. So they're just going to get eaten up. So this is funny. I mean, they're up today. That means I might consider buying a put on DraftKings. I don't think I've ever lost money buying a put on DraftKings. I'll have to dig through my history. This company is one of the companies I made the most money off of shorting any company. And I find that vindicating after they froze my freaking account for no reason. So, yeah, so that's kind of funny. All right, guys. So stock market down day. Understand how to adjust your portfolio so that you can have a piece of the down days, and companies you don't like go down in the process. It's a win-win. All right. Good luck, everyone. May all your picks and your trades be winning.